Brenton Ford here, welcome to Swimming News this week. This week we talk about the importance of consistency, why you should get flexibility tested, and I've got a backstroke and a breaststroke tip for you. If a swimmer comes to me and they tell me they're not improving, I'll ask them how often they're training a week and are they training consistently. You see, one of the biggest things that improves swimmers is consistency with their training. If you're not doing 2 to 3 sessions a week at a minimum, then you'll probably find that your times won't come down and you won't be improving. But if you want to become a better swimmer, then keep your training consistent and don't miss too many sessions here and there. My general rule of thumb is if you miss 1 week of training, it takes you 2 weeks to get back to where you were before. Now, that can be frustrating if you go on holidays or you want to take a bit of a break, but that's just how it works. Swimming, you need to be in the water at least 2 to 3 times a week if you want to get better, and more if you want to improve quicker. So, general rule of thumb, just make sure that you stay in the water, you keep training, even if you're sick. Get down to the pool and at least roll the arms over, because that way you'll maintain your feel for the water and you'll continue to keep that swimming fitness and swimming feel for the water. Last week with my swimmers, I did flexibility testing. So I got a myotherapist. It can be a physio or a chiropractor can come in and do this too. But I got a myotherapist in and we ran through a couple of flexibility tests that determine if swimmers are inhibited in any of their movements that are important to their training. So the biggest one which I found stopped swimmers from being able to get into the right position with their technique was the shoulder flexibility test, which is this one up here. And we're looking for the angle from here to here. And that was one of the worst areas for a lot of swimmers, because if you can't get your arms above here, then you'll probably find that you can't get in the right position with your freestyle. So if you're tight in this kind of movement, and also your hamstrings, that was one of the most common ones, then take a look at getting that treated, whether it's through physio, myotherapy, chiropractors. Get that treated, get your flexibility up, and you'll find that you'll be able to get into the right position to swim faster. Earlier this year, I recorded a presentation called World's Best Swimmer. In this presentation, I cover everything that the world's best swimmers are doing, from their diet, training, strength training, flexibility, all of the things that I found common among talking to the world's best Olympians, triathletes, open water swimmers. So it's everything I learned from talking to a lot of elite athletes in swimming. You can now watch that presentation for free. If you click the link at the bottom of this video in the transcript, you'll find it there. So if you want to get a couple of tips and give yourself a few ideas of things that you could implement into your training, then that's a good place to start. One of my favorite ways to get motivated in sport is to race. The buzz and the adrenaline rush that you get at the end of a race and the end of competition is what motivates you and spurs you on to want to do better. It allows you to see where you can improve in your races, and it just reminds you of the reason that you're doing all this hard training. So if you find that your motivation is waning, then go and race, go and get out there and compete, and you might find that you're more motivated in training and you've got a clearer picture of what you've got to improve to become quicker in the water. In backstroke, the ideal head position is to keep your head straight and on center while your shoulders and the rest of your body is rotating. So if your head is dead aligned and it's your shoulders which are rotating, then you'll find that you drive through the water a lot better and you're not wasting energy and you're not creating more drag than you need to, as if your head's moving from side to side. In the Effortless Backstroke program, we go through drills that get you to practice keeping your head still while your body rotates around it and gets propulsion that way. One of my favorite breaststroke drills, which you might have done before, is 1 pull, 2 kicks. It's where you do 1 pull, you go into the water and you do 2 kicks. The reason I think it's such a good drill is because it practices good body position when you're gliding forward. It also improves your kick because you're doing 2 kicks with each stroke, and it makes you really finish off the back end of your kick. And in the Effortless Breaststroke program, we build on these drills and we go through some more challenging ones, and they're very good for practicing an ideal pull, getting a stronger kick, and practicing the right body position so you're gliding more with each stroke and you're creating less drag. The Effortless Form video program is the butterfly, backstroke and breaststroke drill program that a lot of swimmers have been through recently that really helps them with each of those 3 form strokes. So if you feel that your freestyle's developed well and you want to improve your other strokes, whether it's for cross training or because you want to compete in the other strokes, then the Effortless form program's a good one to go through because it's the same as the Mastering Freestyle program but for the other strokes. They're the same drills that I give my swimmers when we're working on form strokes. So if you want to copy what we're doing in training that we're getting very good results with for my Masters group, then the Effortless form program's the way to go. That's it for news this week. See you next week.